Yo guys, it's Mighty, and in this video I want to talk about the king and the final boss of all budget mice on the market. This is the VXE R1 Major, and I consider this just a really good mouse to pick up if you're looking for a mouse under $100 or under $90. This mouse I bought with my own money off of AliExpress, so all my thoughts and opinions are of course my own, and no company has influence over that. Getting into the unboxing experience, the mouse does come in a sleeve like this, so you do have to pull off the top. And once it is out, you do have the main box. It is magnetically closed, and it flips open like this. On the top, you have the mouse that goes right here, and the dongle, which goes right here. Underneath that, you do have a compartment. Inside the compartment, there is the USB-C cable to USB-A. There's a little bit of paperwork. You do have default skates that the mouse does come with. The skates don't come with the mouse pre-applied, so you will have to put them on. Or you can do what I did and put on other skates. And then you of course have grips. Now getting to the mouse itself. This mouse is a very traditional claw grip shape. It does come in at about 39 grams on my scale, and I just really enjoy the shape. This shape is very traditional of the X2. It's a very claw grip centric mouse with a little bit wider sides and not much taper. I consider this probably the best mid-range to budget X2 clone, as well as the best Sora V2 clone, since it does come in at 39 grams. The build quality on this mouse is fantastic. I've been using it for about a week and a half now to 2 weeks, and I don't see any flex or any creaking in the mouse at all. And the clicks have very minimal post and pre-travel, as well as the side buttons do as well. The scroll wheel is nice and light, and the click is also pretty satisfying. But I will say that the actual coating of this mouse, if there is a coating, is an absolute fingerprint and sweat magnet. I realized pretty quickly that I had to use grips on this mouse, since because my fingers are very oily and I am pretty sweaty, I don't grip to this mouse at all. When it comes to the actual performance of this mouse, it performs very well in game. I didn't say this in the actual review. This mouse comes with a 3950 sensor. I think the battery is 500 milliamps or 200 milliamps. And I don't know what switches are on either of the left or right clicks, as well as the switches on the side buttons. I don't think it's listed, and I'm not able to find it anywhere. I don't find any issues with this mouse at 1K polling, but when I do increase that polling rate to either 2K or 4K polling, I do notice a little bit of hitches. One of the biggest things I notice about this mouse is on those higher polling rate is when I'm tracking a target either in Kovacs or Apex. I do notice that it seems like my DPI gets halved from 1600 to 800. I noticed this when I use mice like the HDS Plus 8K. On 8K polling rate in Apex, it does the same thing, but this would only do it once in a while and for a second or two. It's very noticeable when I am in Kovacs. So it's just something to be warned about. I might just have personal issues with this mouse, and it might be a unit to unit difference. But on 1K polling, I have had no issues, and 2K is relatively stable. I do have those issues maybe once every 15-ish minutes, or if I'm actually aiming a lot and tracking a lot in Kovacs, usually happens once every 5 minutes. On those higher polling rates, I do think above 8K, it's not as stable as I would like, even though it does advertise itself as being an 8K mouse. But being a mouse that does come with an 8K dongle at $55 or $65, this is a very worthwhile purchase. Comparing it directly against the Sora V2, if you do know the X2 shape, you will know that the Sora does have a little bit narrower sides, and it is a little bit more aggressively sloped in the clicks than the X2 or R is. I do personally find that I like a little bit wider grip shape on claw grip mice, so I did prefer this mouse shape over the one of the Sora V2. The Sora also does have a little bit nicer of a rubberized coating, well, this one is just pretty slick and overall doesn't grip as much as the Sora does. For the actual mouse software that this mouse comes with, you are using the ATK hub. I presume that VXE is a branch off of ATK, and it is a very similar mouse. Basically the same shape, same internals, so you do use that software. The software is made for Chinese, even though you can easily translate it into English. And the software is pretty good, has everything that you normally will, and the web software is like normal. The battery life on this mouse is also pretty good. I do find that it lasts a decent amount of time on 2K polling and a relatively long amount of time on 1K. For 2K, I'd say it lasts 3 to 4 days, and on 1K, it lasted up to a week for me. And overall, I just really think this is a very good mouse to check out, and probably a very worthwhile purchase if you are looking for a mouse under $80. Would I say this is better than the Sora V2? 100% I would. Even though it might not have the best higher polling rate capabilities, at least it has higher polling rate capabilities right out of the box, and you don't either have to wait for a new dongle to come out, which the Sora hasn't yet, and when it does, you have to purchase that separately. The Sora is also $90. It is a very, very well built mouse. I don't have any issues with it, and it is one of my favorite claw grip mice on the market. But for $65, you just really cannot beat this. I'd also say this is probably a better X2 if you are looking for that cheaper price range. But if you don't mind spending the extra $10 for a higher polling rate dongle, and also Pulsar is coming out with their own customizable suite of mice for both the X2 and X-Lite mice. So those are really nice adds. But for $100, when you do have to bundle in the mouse and the higher polling rate dongle, for $65, this is also just a really, really good deal. Thank you guys so much for watching my review of the VXE R1 Major. If you guys did enjoy this review, a like and subscribe would be much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.